Alright, trying to play some 6-star hotel. We're trying to get Milano holes. We got some new holes in the Milano tour. Now we've got a tournament coming up and they've introduced 5 new holes in Milano. So we got hole 5, par 4. So we got 5, 4. And this is one of the new holes. So this is a hole that we're still trying to figure out. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what to do here. So what I'd like to do with a marlin ball is I'd like to overpower right up into that area. And I'd like to use maximum side spin. I've tried this with a bigger power ball and it actually puts you too close to the sand up here. So I'm hoping that the marlin ball, there's one, and that's with my white ring up against the rough in the sand. We're going to try that shot. What we're going to do is try a hook shot and see if we can throw the ball over there. And we're going to keep adjusting that until we can hit the spot and see what it looks like. And we weren't out far enough, so we had our white ring on the rough, and we probably needed to be out there at least a good 5 rings further out. We hit in this area right here, and we were hoping to hit here, and with all of that side spin and all the ball moving to the left, to see if we could roll up there and give ourselves a nice little chip in. Now I hit that with the big topper earlier and I didn't record it. Our opponent's in a nice little spot right here. I did see somebody else take this shot and they were able to bounce it from this spot to this spot and trickled out and ended up over here. So there's several different ways that this could be played to try and get yourself a nice first chip in shot. So we're going to play this, just play about 3. I want to make sure that that first bounce ends up on the fairway or on the green and not on that apron. And it ended up on the apron. So ending up on the apron did us okay. Not exactly the shot we were looking for, but we were able to recover and get on. I'm going to try and find the spot for that because I really think what I did with the big topper, it has a lot more curl and it's got a lot more topspin. This might definitely be, if we can find the spot out there to do that hook shot, this might definitely be a shot to do, a hole to do that hook shot with the big topper and try and actually be on the green in the first shot. I think it's definitely a possibility. This hole lends itself to having some type of a trick shot like that. Hopefully Zachary Jones, and I watch Zachary Jones because he's super aggressive on these and he does a lot of those hook shots. He's very, very good at them. In my opinion, he's the master at doing those hook shots. Tommy has great shots and figures out how to do it, but those trick shots aren't, he's starting to use them more, but it used to be that, that wasn't his cup of tea. But Zachary, he definitely is not afraid to do hook shots on these holes and practice them. So when you're out here practicing, especially when you're on a new hole, don't worry about the coins. Just go out there and start hitting some crazy shots and see what works for you. Now this hole here, if I've got tailwind or side spin or side wind, I'm going to hit with about 3.5 backspin and maybe 1 right hand side spin. If I've got headwind on this hole, I'm going to hit about 3 backspin. You could go maybe 2.5 if you got a really big headwind, or just start your bounce off a little closer to the hole. But with a big tailwind here, it's going to push that first bounce up. So we're going to go about 3.5 and 1. And then I like to start, that puts me where I'm kind of in the center of this pad. So if I'm making wind adjustments, and I'm slightly off, I'm still pretty much guaranteed to land on the, what are we back, about 2.5, 3. So we'll go 5, 6. So it's 1, 2. There's 4, 8. That's about 5, 6. Is that 4.5 rings? We're bam, right up almost center. And off just a titch. Probably could have went another, made a little bit more of an adjustment. I know if I'm playing an expert on this hole, I add 20% to the wind adjustment, and I haven't really checked. I think with the backbone, I think I was playing straight up. We just had a tournament here not too long ago that had that hole in it, and I was pretty much playing straight up wind adjustment. But I'll have to go through and look at the, if I'm in the mid, min, or maximum on that club to make to kind of fine tune it. But that is definitely a hole that is hole in oneable. So if you have this hole in a tournament, you really want to focus on trying to get a hole in one at least one time, each round. Thank you.